So there's the trachea, and right below it, right there, that's the esophagus. So when the trachea comes down here, it's going to branch, and we have a bronchus right there, and we have a bronchus right there. So that's the left bronchus, there's the right bronchus. Now with their lungs, they have 1, 2, 3 lobes on each side. So we have a left superior, left middle, left inferior lung lobes, right superior, right middle, right inferior lung lobes. And then they have one in the middle right here, and that's called the mediastinum. Okay. So this right here is the diaphragm, and if I pull the diaphragm right there, you can see that membrane right there, and that's the falciform ligament. Okay, so I mentioned that when we're looking at the model, so it's easier to see on the cat, that falciform ligament. That's essentially where the divider is between the left side of the liver and the right side. So this is the left medial lobe of the liver, left lateral lobe of the liver. Here is the right medial lobe, and yours is a little different here, because usually what we would see like right here is the gallbladder sticking out. So I got to pull that open, and then we can see the gallbladder right there. So you can see it right there. Most of the other cats, you can see it kind of externally there. So if I pull these out, there's a right lateral lobe, and this is the caudate lobe right here. Okay. So this is the stomach here. So looking at the regions of the stomach, so we come into the stomach, which is right here, that's a cardiac region. And then when the stomach bends up, that's the fundic region. Here is the body of the stomach. So after it makes that turn, this is the pyloric region of the stomach. We go inside, we're seeing these little grooves in here. Those are called rugae. Okay. Here is the greater curvature of the stomach. Here's the lesser curvature of the stomach. Kind of associated with this, we see this thing. This is called the greater omentum. Omentum means apron. This like was covering over the intestines at one point. So that's a greater omentum. This one in the lesser curvature is called the lesser omentum. Also, kind of with that greater omentum, we see this is the spleen. If I flip that omentum up this way, we see that's the pancreas. Okay. So if we go back to the stomach here, we see the stomach ends right there. That's where that pyloric sphincter is located. And after that, we go into the small intestine. So I'm going to move this a little bit. So the beginning of the small intestine right there is the duodenum. So that's the duodenum right there. And now I got to find the end of the small intestine. So here's the large intestine right here. So this, what I'm holding in my right hand, is the end of the small intestine. Kind of goes in there at a weird angle on your kitty cat. I'm going to take off a lymph node, just so we can see this a little better. So you can see right there is the ileum. Okay, here's the large intestine. So if I put a sticker, somewhere here in the middle of the small intestine, it would be jejunum. Okay, that's the mesentery. All right, so that's the mesentery. If we go back to the large intestine, we see this little part of the large intestine coming off. There's the ileum there, goes in right there, the ileocecal valve. That's the cecum right there. So this is the ascending colon this way. There's a transverse colon, and then this is the descending colon. Okay.